Let's try to look at a numerical concerning the base criteria. Okay, number of claims under an insurance policy in a year is either 0 with a probability of 40%, probability of 0 claims is 40%, 1 probability of 1 claim is 20%, probability of 2 claims is 40%. Fine. Individual claim amounts are equally likely to be 50 or 20. So probability of having a claim which is 50 is 50%. Probability of having a claim which is 20 is also zero point 0.5 or 50%. The insurance company calculates the premium using a premium loading of 50% and is considering operating one of the following arrangements. So what is the premium it would have calculated? All right. Now it is like there is a 0 claim, right? Probability of 0 claims is 40%. So obviously in that for 0 claims, the expected cost is going to be 0. Now there is a probability of one claim 20%. But again, within that there is an equal proportion of equal possibility of 50 or even for a 20. So the expected claim amount in this case is this much. Similarly, we are talking about probability of two claims being 40. Now there could be a 50 based claim or there could be a 20 based claim. And because both of them are equally likely, either there could be two 50 based claims or there could be two 20 based claims or 150 and 120 based claim. So these are the possibilities. So I could very clearly look at what is the chance that both of them are 50. It is 1 by 4. So probably I'll make it as 1 by 4 times 100. What is the probability that both of them are 20? Again 1 by 4. But what is the chance that both one is 50, one is 20? We have half. So 50% of 70. So overall, if I am looking at the expected claim amount, it is 20% of 35 plus 40% of, how much is this? This is 25 plus 10 plus 35. So 35 plus 35, which is 70. So 20% of 35 is giving me 7 and 40% of 70 is giving me 28. So expected claim amount is around 35. And once I know that the expected claim amount is 35, the premium loading is 50% on the top of it. So the premium that is being charged is around 52.5. All right. So from the participants, from the people, the premium that is getting charged is around 52.5. Now there are three kind of arrangements that are there. One is make no changes, introduce a policy excess of something, reduce the premium, and effect an excess of loss reinsurance arrangement. So in all these three, we are asked to compute the profits of the insurance company and hence determine the optimal arrangement. So this is where all I can go with is I can take all the possible occurrences. Now let's say we have three different kinds of possibilities A, B, C. And here we have the situation of zero loss and one loss, let's say of 50. And if there is a one loss, there is a loss of let's say 20. Similarly, there are two losses of 50 or there could be a two losses of 20 each and there could be a one loss of 50 and one loss of 20. Now what I'm more interested in seeing is, because I have to apply the Bayes criteria, I'm really looking at what is the probability of each of them. Zero losses, it's already known, 40%. One loss of 50. Yes, overall itself, one loss there is a 20% chance, out of which again these two can be of equally likely. So which means there is a 10% chance for this, there is a 10% chance for this. Now similarly, if I am looking at for two losses, the chance is 40%. Out of that, if I have to get both of them as high, the only 1/4 of it, which is 0.1. So the probability for this is 0.1, the probability for this is 0.1, whereas for this it is 0.2. Fine. Now I am also looking at the premium that I am charging in each of these cases. For the first one, very straightforward, no changes being made, so the premium amount is 52.5. Introducing a policy excess of 10 per claim, which means the customer, the insured, will bear for the first $10 of claim, and only anything above that 10 is what is taken care of by the insurer. So we are introducing a policy excess of 10 per claim in return for a reduction of 5 in the premium. Premium is reduced by 5, which means here the premium amount is going to be 47.5. Right? Okay, here we are talking of decision B. In decision A, it is 52.5. Right? Now, if at all in decision A, zero losses are occurring, the claim cost, okay, let me look at the cost of the claim here. Right, I'll call it as cost of claim. So if zero losses are occurring, nothing is the cost. If 1 of 50 is occurring, 50 is the cost. If two of them are, if 1 of 20 is occurring, 20 is the cost. 2 of 50 are occurring, 100 is the cost. 2 of 20 are occurring, 40 is the cost, and 70 is the cost here. Similarly, when I am looking at the second arrangement, we are talking of policy excess of 10 per claim. So in all the cases, 10 would be borne by the policyholder. So which means here the cost to the insurer is only 40. The cost is only 10. Here there are two policies, so 10 if I am removing, 80 is the cost to the insurer. Similarly here 20 is the cost, and here it is 50. Okay, there is a third arrangement affecting an individual excess of loss reinsurance arrangement with the retention 30 for a premium of 10. So he will only retain 30, rest all he is going to outsource. Rest all he is going to reinsure. But for that he is paying a premium of 10, which means in a net he is getting only 42.5. Okay, if there are zero losses, nothing much. If there is a loss of 50, he will incur only 30 because the 20 gets reinsured. But if there is a single loss of 20, it's just the insurer has to bear for the whole of 20. But if there are two losses of 50 each, on each one he will retain 30 and 20 is being passed on, so the overall cost is only 60. But if there are two of 20 each, everything has to be borne by the insurer. And in this case 150 and 120, so the 51 will be reinsured only for 30, so which means the overall cost is 50. The 21 the insurer is going to settle, the 51 would be reinsured. Now what I can very well find out is the expected cost of claim. Right, by multiplying it with the corresponding probabilities, I can very well compute the expected costs. So I am doing a piecewise multiplication. I am finding out the expected cost of the claim, This is my expected. So in this case, the expected cost is 35. Here it is 25. Here also it is around 25. Now from there I can look at what is the profit that is coming out by subtracting the premium minus the expected cost. So here there is a profit, expected profit of 17.5. Here there is an expected profit of 22.5 and the next one again 17.5. So the option B, where he is introducing a policy excess, that is what is giving the much benefit kind of a solution to the reinsurer. That is the reason he has to go with the option B based on the base criteria. All right.